You're listening to The Starting Block on tavshow.com.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron or a member of the PTL Club, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Okie dokie, roll 'em!
Nothing to rearrange. Sometimes you just get a feeling like you need some kind of change. No matter what.
Hey, welcome to Starting Block for another week. Big show as always. Starting to realise around this point in time of the intro that this is why I write a rundown, because I know what the show's going to be about. At this point, we've got no fucking idea. Let's find out what it is. All that and much more here on the block.
Standing tall on the wings of my dream. Rise and fall on the wings of my dream. Rain, thunder, the wind and haze, I'm bound for better days. My life, my dream, and nothing's gonna stop me now.
Greeno here from the Starting Block. On behalf of the block, we just wanted to let you all know that we're all in this together. Well, except if you have coronavirus, then stay the fuck away. But in every other situation, we're in it together. To all of you on the front lines, those of you turning a footstool, a wok, and a pitchfork into a home gym, those of you who have given your housemates a mental breakdown because you decided lockdown was a great time to learn the keyboard and the only thing you can play after 8 weeks is chopsticks over and over and over again. And those of you who are homeschooling and are now understanding the question you used to harass your maths teacher with of, when the fuck are we ever going to need to know this in the real world, is coming back to bite you on the ass. Just remember, like a 1990s Australian sitcom, we're all in this together. The days may be long, but in times like this, you can rest assured we will be here to waste an hour of your week, Friday nights Australian time, at dlive.tv/The Starting Block. So take care, social distance, whack on a mask, and subscribe to our show on iTunes. It may not cure coronavirus, but it sure will help us with our rankings. And isn't that really the most important thing right now?
Public Radio's loss is tavshow.com's game. You're listening to The Starting Block.
Hey, welcome to the Starting Block for another week. We got myself, Greeno. I'm joined by a man who's wondering what all the fuss is about. Had a night out sinking 21 cans. My co-captain Damo, how are we, sir?
Very good, Greeno. Good evening to you, boys, girls, listenership, blockheads, millions around the world. Yep, no idea what that reference is about, mate. You're going to have to fill me in on that one.
Once again, very, very ill-prepared now. I feel like since we've loosened the reins a little bit, we're pulling back the kimono. For years, you've been telling me, Greeno, like, stop with the rundowns, man. You don't need the rundown. We don't need it. It's fucking irrelevant. We never get to it. It's just there. I've kind of realized I feel like I need it just for the intro. That is it. because it gives me a sense of preparation to go, here's what we plan on talking about in the show, and then we disregard it.
Yeah.
And then I normally have like a back announce that is a topical topic. Today, I've just had to quickly pull up Twitter trends and see what's kind of there. And it was about Paul Kent sinking 21 beers on the night he got arrested.
That's what did he do when he got arrested? Because I'm going to give him a nice Gary for the 21 tinnies. It's a pretty good effort, man. It's pretty good.
Well, what's the most impressive effort is the fact that he drank 21 tinnies in the city. How can you afford it?
Oh, he can afford it. I'm sure.
That's the real question.
Sure, he's on.
No, he's on good money. But a general amount, I was like, 21 tinnies. That's like, take out a mortgage.
Maybe we're excessively naive here, Greeno. Maybe Paul Kent is just so exceedingly popular that whatever bars he goes into, people just give him drinks, Oh, Paul Kent, you don't have to pay here, mate. No.
Yeah.
We've got
your money's no good here, sir.
Big fan of your articles, Paul.
Yeah, big fan of you beating up your wife and getting away with it. Well done, Paul. Good job, allegedly.
Really love your work on Fox News as well. It's good stuff over there on the Fox Sports channel. You do good.
That dude's been suspended twice in a year.
Have a bourbon and Coke.
On me.
What'd he do to get suspended from TV?
Beat up his missus first, went through court, and then, the current court thing. It's a bit of like NRL reporter court dates, where he got into a brawl, a bit of a fracas, a bit of a stoush.
Fisticuffs. Oh, stoush.
Have
we confirmed it was a stoush?
It was a stoush. It was definitely a stoush. Where he got pissed as a chook, decided to start a fight with someone outside a pub, and then the dude threw him into a tree.
Really? So he came off second best in that.
He definitely came off second best.
Was this after 21 beers or during?
This was after 21 beers. Yeah, that's what came out in the court today, where they're like, "Oh, tell us about the night," and it was like, he smashed down 21 schooners, and that's the reason he was a little bit. I think it was a little bit exaggerated, to be fair. I think he was very embarrassed by the fact that a dude literally threw him around a tree and was like, well, the only way this is justifiable is if I'm so drunk that that's why I lost the fight. I'm just going to double my drinks total.
The only reason I lost is because I was actually fighting the Incredible Hulk. And, he just picked me up and threw me into a tree. I had no chance. But after 21 tinnies, Greeno, I tend to think that you could probably still handle yourself at around 6 tinnies. I reckon it's not too disarming. I could even suggest that a smaller percentage of the beer enjoying population could probably handle themselves after a couple of 6-packs, like after 12 beers, and they still wouldn't be they wouldn't be easy beats in a fracas, so to speak. But 21 tinnies on a hot, Saturday afternoon or whatever it was, that would put even, the best. Bring them back to the field a little bit, wouldn't it?
I think so. Yeah, Mike Tyson after 21 schooners still dangerous, but a lot less dangerous than maybe.
You're not going to land. You're not going to land as many hits. Put it that way. You're not going to land as many shots. So so you end up in a tree, unfortunately.
Exactly. Damo, if I can start the show with a bit of story time.
Oh, please, yeah.
I like stories about pinatas.
It's been a life week for Greeno.
Life week. Isn't every week a life week when you?
It is a lot in some way, shape, or form. But things that don't happen infrequently in life happen this week.
So a little
one
rando.
of those,
a
little rando. One of those happens to be me purchasing a car. So I'm the kind of dude who will fucking refuse to purchase a new car until my existing car is dead, to the point where it physically no longer works, right?
So you start it and the vibrations from the old engine, shatter the car into a million pieces because it's just full of rust. It just turns into a pile of dust on the driveway.
Spot on. Yeah. At that point, I consider purchasing a new car.
Can't you put it back together, mate? And
then I drive that for another 6 months, and then I eventually sell it.
Let's just sticky tape it together, the chassis. Yeah. It'll be fine. I don't drive that fast. It's fine.
So, unfortunately, I had to get rid of a vehicle I purchased back in 2010. So I got a good,
it's a good life,
14 years out of this car.
It wasn't new when you bought it either, was it? Or
no, that was secondhand too.
Yeah, so you got it. So it's had 2 lives.
It's had 2 lives already, and I managed to make it last another 13, 14 years.
Nice, Gary, for that. That's good. Nice, Gary. You took care of her.
I did, 100%. Yeah, definitely took care of this one. And also kind of got to the point where I had to start doing cost repair math, right? Where I was like, okay, something was happening with the vehicle where I took it to go get checked because I love this car. I didn't want to get rid of this car in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. And I'm like, something really weird's happening where I accelerate and the thing doesn't accelerate.
That's not a good sign.
Can we look into this? Yeah. And I took it to the repair shop.
I have something wrong with my pedal. It's not.
Yeah, the go
it's not
pedal
making
is
it
not
go
working.
anymore. Yeah.
So took it to the repair shop, said, look, need a service, and here's what's happening. Can you guys work out what it is? Tell me how much it's going to cost. And I go pick up the car. They're like, we can't work out why it's doing that.
It's
Like,
just
know.
dying on you.
They're like,
natural causes.
nothing's in the logistics, nothing's in the computer. It says it's all sweet. And I'm like, but it's happening.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we can't work out what the problem is. I'm like, well, that concerns me more than if you told me it was something and it was going to cost me a bunch of money.
This is like going to a specialist and, he looks at the x-rays and he strokes his beard and he calls in the nurse and says, what do you think of that?
Yeah.
And then he turns around and you say, well, doc, what do you think? And he goes, I don't fucking know. I got no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing showing up here. But
Why am I
pissing blood, doc? I don't know. It's I've looked at everything. Everything's sweet, but it's just maybe that's what happened. It's like dick stigmata. We don't know. It's fucking all over the shop.
Dick stigmata.
So I was like, all right, well, that's good. And I came home excited to tell the wife this news after I've taken the car to get a service.
Great news, love. There's nothing wrong with it.
Good news, honey. Good news. Apparently,
Clean bill of health.
no issue. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, they told me there's nothing wrong with the car. And she's like, but it's happening. I'm like, I know it's happening, but they said it's all good. So in my mind, I'm like, fucking excellent. I've saved myself buying a new car here.
You're just going to drive it with the non-accelerating problem.
With the non-accelerator.
Because the mechanic said it's fine.
Then I see the sad look on my wife's face, who's been really excited at the prospect. For 3 months, we've been talking about getting a new car. I'm like, sorry, honey. They've said it's sweet. We are keeping this fucker.
Doesn't she have her own car, though?
Yeah, she does, but this is the family car.
Ah, the family car. Okay.
This is the family car.
So obviously like a Humvee or something then.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous, please.
So I give it another month, and I'm like, I'm driving
another
through
month without accelerating.
I'm driving through roundabouts and push the accelerator pedal, and the fucking car's not going. And I'm like, okay, this is now getting stupidly dangerous that even tight-ass Greeno...
There's a lot of railroad crossings around where Greeno lives, incidentally. Like, there's a ton of them.
A ton of them.
So,
this
is ending like a horror movie, mate.
At this point, I'm like, okay, like, I've got to put the fact that the mechanic said...
There's a lot of hills and railroad crossings, exactly, where Greeno
I've got to make
lives.
a judgment call here that, look, maybe there's something wrong with this vehicle. We need to kind of get it fixed.
Before you end up, rolling backwards down a hill onto a railroad crossing that you can move off.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I also then had to do some other math, because when I took it in for a service, they're like, oh, look, by the way, you need 3 new tires before it passes Rego.
Right.
And you need this, and this fixed. I'm like, okay.
You're thinking, here we fucking go.
So no. So then I start doing these numbers, right? I'm like, okay, well, to get 3 new tires, that's going to cost me $800, and then they're going to do the other thing. That's going to go up to $1,500. There's still the accelerator pedal issue. There's these 2 other things
they
they're
can't diagnose.
Which they can't diagnose. Then there's these. Then I've got to pay the Rego. They're going to pay the insurance. They're going to pay the green slip, the CTP, all those kind of things. And I'm like, I'm already out like $4,000.
Did you know with a new car, you don't have to actually physically take it for a rego check for like 5 years? Did you know that?
I understand. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm already down $4,000. So I'm like, well, if I buy a new car, I've automatically got to take $4,000 off the bill, right?
Okay.
Because my rego was due on like the 30th of June. So I said
so
to the wife, I'm like,
you're thinking at this point, I'm not even going to bother selling the old one. I'll just fucking drive it to a wrecking yard and throw them the keys. She's all yours, boys.
Not quite. So I'll get to that point of the story. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I'm already $4,000 up here. This is $4,000 of free money because I'm not paying the rego.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Because I'm about to pay $4,000 for a car that doesn't have an accelerator pedal that works. So I'm like, well, no. How about I keep that $4,000, put that $4,000 towards a new car, and then we're all good.
Okay.
So that was my math. And I pulled the wife aside. I said, look, hey, honey, here's what I'm thinking. We need to dip into emergency money, and that's fine. But here I'm thinking we're $4,000 up.
As long as you put it right back as soon as you get it back again.
Well, once you get the money back in the emergency money. Yeah. Exactly. Here's what I'm thinking, we're $4,000 up, we need a new car. And then you can see the look in her eye. She was like, well, this is what I've been saying for 6 months, and you've been talking me out of it.
I don't think you had to work that angle too hard by the sound
I did it. No, exactly. She's like, yes, excellent. So we were like, all right, all good. Bang, we're buying a new car. When are we going to buy it? I'm like, well, I'm waiting to as close as humanly possible to when the rego runs out, so I don't waste
Fucking tight
last
ass,
year's
man.
rego's money, right?
Bunch of fucking tight. You're driving around in a car that's not fit for purpose. You're like, yeah, but if I just drive it for another 3 weeks,
I said
before,
thermal
I'll do all this the day before it runs out of fucking rego.
I also made the conscious decision I need to get into June so I get the end of financial year sales. All right.
Yes, mate.
So
I mean, that's smart. That is smart.
That's smart.
Yeah.
So literally 1st of June,
Yeah.
Greeno's out there car shopping.
Really? So do they? Because I quite enjoyed the car shopping experience. As you know, I got my current vehicle probably about 4 or 5 years ago, so I'm going to have to take it for rego shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually enjoyed that experience because I never bought a car like that before. I've always bought them off private people.
Yep.
You know, where you show up and it's just some dude in his house and he's selling the
Yep.
car that way. So I've never actually done the whole car yard thing where they're trying to schmooze you and suck your dick and stuff. And
Yep.
mate, tell me, you know, I can do so many good things for you, mate.
Mhm.
Like, trust me. So I really did enjoy that experience. So was it 1st of June, the end of financial year sales start 1st of June? Do they like day
Spot on.
one? You
Yep.
were there.
Day one, I was there.
So
was
can
like,
I
we're
take a guess?
Yeah.
Because I've got a dual cab utility. Because I liked, you know, it was like, well, we've got to think about. I would have preferred just to have a 2-seat ute, you know, like a normal ute.
Yep.
But obviously that wouldn't have been smart with the future.
Come with the bumper, baby.
Boogie bumper, baby. And
Yeah.
I said to the wife, look, why don't we just strap her down in the back of the cab? She's not going anywhere, you know. We can put
With the
her
donkeys
cot,
in the
yeah,
back.
yeah,
No.
with the ridgebacks in the back, guarding her at traffic lights and whatnot, you know.
Ah.
No, she didn't go for that idea. So,
Okay.
well, it's the best of both worlds. We'll get a dual cab ute, and there's plenty of room in the back for the kiddos, and the doggos now go in the back of the ute, and it's got a canopy over it, and they can open up the windows in there, and
Yeah.
you know, we can move the whole family that way, Greeno. So
Yeah.
it works out well. So for you though, you had a station wagon before. I think you really like the station wagon.
Love the station wagon. Yeah.
So I suspect, knowing you the way I do, that because you enjoyed the station wagon so much, you're not even entertaining the thought of getting anything other than another station wagon, are you? Is that a fair comment to say?
That is 100% a fair comment. If there's a way I could have replaced my existing car with a car that had
That's what
a
I
working
was thinking when you were going
accelerator pedal.
towards. I thought this is where this story was ending. You're going to find
No.
another 2010 Commodore station wagon.
I did. Fun.
Look,
fun
honey,
story
this
time,
one's
inside-
only done half the Ks. If I can't
fun
remember, I've got
story
another
time,
10 years.
Insider story time.
I like
literally
stories about pinatas.
literally did look at the exact same fucking car 6 years younger. Because I'm like, I do like this car, but it had like 200,000 Ks on
Oh,
it.
that's
and I'm
a
like,
lot
well,
of
that's-
mileage, yeah.
I'm like, and $16,000 on it. I'm like, fuck no, I'm not paying that for a car with 200,000 K. So no, we the wife and I had already decided on the kind of car we wanted.
Okay.
So we went in with that particular car
Fun
in mind.
top.
We're like,
A
we're
little
getting
fun
this.
top four-wheel drive, little Suzuki Jimmy or something.
I love it. No, that's our next car. That
That's
is
the next car.
legitimately our fucking next car. We love that car. So we went in. I'm like, okay, this is the car I'm getting. It's fine. So I went in. I'm like, okay, where are these cars? And I went and had a look at these particular cars. Found one or two I was happy with. Now, I'm going to give a bit of a dick move to the salesperson. Because this dude was a 21-year-old bloke and he had no fucking idea what he was doing. Because what he thought he was doing was a good idea for sales, ended up being the worst idea. So I went in and said, hey, I want to look at this particular car. And he's like, mate, great car. I'm like, excellent. I know it's a great car because I've researched it, but excellent. Nonetheless, we're looking at that. Then I mentioned another style of the same manufacturer that car happened to be a little bit cheaper, right?
Yep.
And he goes, no, mate, that's a shit car. So I'm like, okay, well, he's telling me that
How would
that
you know
car
that?
there's
Yeah.
shit, but the one I'm buying is really good. All right. Mental note that. So then I've taken that first one for a test drive.
Mhm.
Come back and I'm like, look, I wasn't thinking about this other car over here, but I've just had a look at it. It actually looks pretty good. Do you mind if can I take that one for a test drive? He's like, mate, that one's an amazing car. So I'm like, cool. That one's $5,000 more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I took it for a test drive. I came back.
Like,
And
it's not
suddenly-
worth $5,000 more, after a
No.
test drive. Yeah.
I've test drive. But when I came back, suddenly that first car that he was telling me an hour ago, oh, mate, great car, good pick.
Mm.
That car, apparently, according to him, is now shit because I've taken this other car that's $5,000 more
Right.
out for a test drive.
Pretty pretty transparent sales technique, isn't it? You know,
Not very good. Yeah, not very good at all. So then I start asking about a different car in that same manufacturer that once again is cheaper. He's like, no, mate, you don't want that one. That one's crap. And I'm like, well, hang on. You've just told me 3 different cars are crap just because they happen to be cheaper than this final car. You're not doing a good service here. In the end, I didn't like the more expensive car. So what he's done is he's talked himself out of a sale on the cheaper car because I was happy with the cheaper car and he was all for the cheaper car earlier until I said, I might test drive the more expensive car. He's talked himself out of me ever purchasing the cheaper car again if I gave this guy's opinion any grain of salt. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't.
No.
Obviously, I didn't. But I'm like, this is a very dumb sales tactic. This kid has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, they shouldn't. Whoever the point man was at that car yard, because if that kid wouldn't be there on his own. When did you go?
Yeah. Saturday.
See, that's prime time in the car sales lots, I would have thought. So there would have been a more experienced guy out there, but of course the young ones have to start somewhere. They've got to learn the ropes, and it's probably moments like this which will be educational for him. You know, like he had a surefire sale and he fucked it up both times. You know, so no, that's not real good.
It's done.
Look, I would have thought a more experienced person would have come out and said, okay, here's a guy, looks like he's late 30s, early 40s, family man. He's not going to want to fuck around. You know, let's just point him in the right direction and hope he sticks.
Also, this dude obviously didn't read the market right because he looked at me and you know what his sales pitch was? Oh, you don't want this car because this one's got more power. And I'm like, look at me, dude. I do not give a fuck about...
Do I look like Tim Allen to you, motherfucker?
I'm not Tim the Tallman Taylor over here. I don't give a fuck about how fast it goes 0 to 100. Yeah. I drive around in school zones, motherfucker.
Mate, I've been driving around 2 months with a car with no accelerator. I don't give a fuck.
I haven't reached 30 kilometers an hour in a year, mate. What the fuck are you talking about power? I don't need it.
Nice,
So anyway, he didn't read his market right, didn't realize I'm an old fucking family man, but and tried to sell me the family car instead of the fucking car with more power. He's telling me about all the fucking technology. I'm like, I don't give a He's like, have a look at this dashboard, man. This dashboard, you can have a theme and whatnot.
Mate, he did not read you at all, did he?
And I'm like, what do I need that for? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't fucking need that. He's like, I have a look at all these gadgets. I'm like, what are any gadgets? I need the fucking car to get from A to B and the accelerator to work. That's all I need.
That's it.
That's what I'm after right now. That's an upgrade. Accelerator working, that's a win. I don't need the gadgets.
My current ride, driving around in the Flintstones car at the moment.
100% I am. Yeah. Very good. So I get to the point where I'm like, okay, time to start crunching. I'm back at the desk.
Okay.
And I never buy a car.
His desk or?
His desk, yeah. So I'm back at the desk, and I'm like, look, I've driven these 3 cars. Let's start talking prices here, right?
Have you ever noticed that the car yards, this is just a little observation, and I'm sure it'll be proven correct with your example as well. If it's not, I'll be well surprised. Have you noticed that the desks at the car yards are only, for legroom, they're only one way? So only the guy who works there can sit under the desk straight. When you sit at a car yard guy's desk, you kind of have to sit on that weird 45-degree angle. Have you noticed that? Because you can't put your legs under the desk.
Back straight in an angle, Yeah,
what's that about? Why can't they give us some leg room under the desk and we can look this fucker in the eyes? Maybe that's why they don't want us looking directly at them, so they point us at a 45-degree angle away from them.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, just something that occurred to me. Anyway,
That's
carry on.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm talking to him. I'm like, okay, man, I need a pen and paper, and let's start talking numbers. He goes, oh, cool. He starts talking about the expensive one. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Let's jot down what's the Ks, what's the year, what's the warranty, what's the value. And he goes, yep, that's it. And I'm like, cool. Now let's talk about the other 2. And he goes, no, we don't talk about that one, do we? I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, I'm taking numbers here. Let's fucking blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but that one's no good. That one's got no power. I'm like, I don't need the power, man. Give me the fucking numbers. What's the value? I jot down the numbers. The guy's disgruntled because I'm asking about the other cars that are cheaper.
Fucking idiot.
And he's like, what are you on about? I'm like, no, let's jot this down. And he goes, all right, cool. And I'm like, all right, cool, mate. Thanks for that. I'm going to head off. And he goes, oh, look, I'll just quickly, I'll get the manager to come over and have a quick chat before you go.
Why?
And I'm like, if you want. He's realized, because the rule in car sales is never let them leave the lot without buying the car. Because as soon as they leave the lot, they realize there's going to be a scam.
Yeah.
So the fucking manager comes over. He's like, hey, mate, you're looking at this car and you're looking at this one, blah, blah, blah. Mate, I got the dollar values here, left, right. He goes, oh, so do you want to leave a deposit? I'm like, no, mate, I haven't decided which car I want yet. Why the fuck would I leave a deposit?
You've stopped me from walking out. Why would you think do you think I'm walking out to go to an ATM so I can come back and leave a fucking cash deposit with you? Fucking idiot.
He's like, oh, look, mate, this is the last one on the lot. I'm like, oh, that's a risk I'm willing to take, sir. That is fine. I said, he goes, oh, like, is there anything kind of concern you? Like, why you don't want to leave a deposit for this one?
Your salesman's a fucking idiot.
One, he's an idiot. Two, I've done no research on this car, and I'm trying to work out why a car that has all these fucking bells and whistles is this cheap. I have a feeling something's wrong with the car.
Yeah.
This particular manufacturer is it's too cheap. Something is alarm bells here, and you're fucking hard selling this car to me.
Yeah.
I feel like you're about to give me a lemon. That's why I'm not leaving a deposit.
Nice,
so
scary.
So he's like, all right. So then I leave. It's all good. Thankfully I fucking did that, and I'm not a fucking idiot and left a deposit for a car. Because get back, and I'm like, look, we need to start looking into this particular vehicle because this car seems too good. Like, it makes no sense to me that it's this cheap for this particular car.
Okay.
And thankfully, I've got a couple of mates. My wife's got a couple of mates who are like mechanics and panel beaters.
Yep.
And just said, hey, we're looking at buying this car. Interested in your thoughts. And the message we got back was just a vomit emoji, and a thing going. And was, whatever you do, do not buy that car. The last two that I worked on had the brake pedals snap because it looks like they're made from 3D printers.
Wow.
And then I'm like, well, hang on, this didn't pop up on any of the reviews in inverted commas that I'd read. But you know those ones that are promoted?
Yes.
Like the Drive and carsales.com, where they give them a free car, but they don't check in 2 years later once the car blows up. So then I went on like
AstroTurf it in the comments as well. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, oh, I know what I need to do. I need to start researching like just private blogs about certain vehicles.
Yes.
And as soon as I went into these blogs, it was engine blew up at 25,000 They voided the warranty because apparently I was a week late on the service at the local thing, blah, blah, blah.
Okay,
and it was
now I need
all
to
this
know.
time.
Now I need to know, what car is this?
Like, I don't know, is it any kind of legal issues if we disparage the car?
I don't think so. This is a market review that we're doing here. So all this information's out there.
The market review is on the Haval.
The Haval.
The Haval. That car is fucking.
Let me Google up a Haval. We'll chuck it on the monitor so we can see what we're dealing with here. We're going on Greeno's car buying journey here.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at the Haval. Is it this thing? Here?
That's the thing. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a little look at him.
So it's a nice looking car, man. It's got all the gadgets. It's fun. It drives interesting.
There's your Haval. Yeah.
It's a family wagon, but turns out the brake pedal snaps. The engine blows up at 25,000 It takes 2 months to get it in for a service because you can only service it at the Haval dealer, and they void the warranties because you got to go back to fucking China to get the parts, and they dick you around. So
this genre of cars has become exceptionally popular in this country in the last, say, 5 to 10 years.
Because it's so good to be true, man.
Every second car, not this particular brand, but I mean these kinds of cars, like the kind of midway between a 4-wheel drive and a, like a sedan. It's kind of neither here nor there. It's a bit of a people mover. It's not really an off-road 4-wheel drive kind of situation. Yeah. It's just a city car, but it's big enough to fit, a full family and a bunch of shit.
It replaces my station wagon for size.
Yes. So my wife has a similar car to this, but she's got the Mitsubishi one, which is the Outlander.
Yep.
And it's a few years old now, but it's done the trick. It's very similar to this kind of style and things. So, I can see why you would be taking that path. Not the Haval, though.
Yep, not the Haval.
Not the Haval.
So I went back the next day, to a different dealer just to kind of check out prices and all those kind of things. Yep. Turns out the original car I was looking to buy is kind of in the right price range. All good. No particular dramas there. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to buy the first car that I was thinking of. But I don't want to speak to the same dickhead that I dealt with in day one.
Oh, so you're going back to the same car yard. See, I would write that car yard off after that experience.
No, because that car was still the best. The original car I test drove was still the best car out of the lot. Okay. Of all the ones that I went and checked.
Yep.
Funnily enough, exact same car your wife's got. Mitsubishi Outlander. End up buying.
Oh, hey, there you go. Nice, Gary. Which year is yours? Which one did you get?
But we got 2019.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bit younger, I think, than
Yeah.
ours by a couple of years. Outlander 2019. Is it the red one? Like the Maroni one?
Silver.
Silver?
That one. Yeah, top right.
Top right? This one? This kind of off-white?
Yeah, kind of off-white, silvery.
Okay. Let's have a look at her. She's a bit of
Does
a
the job.
cutie.
Yeah, it's definitely an upgrade from our 2008 vehicle. It's got a few gadgets there.
There it is.
But yeah, all in all,
There you go.
happy with the family wagon.
You should be. Never had any problems with this, really, either. It's a good little car. Just keeps going.
I was saying to the dude at the dealership, I'm like, mate, I had a Mitsubishi when I was like 19, and I never got that fucking thing serviced ever, and it lasted me 9 years. I'm like, imagine how long it would last if I actually took care of it.
Probably not much longer. That era of Lancers. Was it a Lancer?
It was a Lancer. Yeah. Those things are absolute machines. I drove all the boys to Canberra in that thing.
Oh, that's right. You did too. That one, I think that's an exception to the trend.
It was unreal, that car.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
I head back in and I'm like, all right, look, I want to test. I've already test driven this car. I just need to check a couple of different things, and let's see what we can do. Yep. So we go in. I'm like, all right, happy days, happy with this. I check the things I need to check. I'm like, all right, I want to buy this car. Like, oh, really? They were shocked because I walk in. I'm like, yeah, mate, I've already test driven yesterday. Like, fucking, we're here to buy it today. This is the one we're getting. He's like, all right, sweet, let's come inside. He's like, oh, have you got a trade in? I'm like, yeah, mate. Fuck, have I got a trade in?
You're gonna love this trade in.
You're gonna love this thing. He goes, oh, how much do you want for it? And I'm like, well, the fucking dickhead young bloke from yesterday said $4,000.
Yep.
And they look like, what? And you're like, what car is it? I'm like, it's an 08 with 215,000 K on it. He goes, and he told you $4,000. I'm like, yeah, man.
Yep.
Pretty fucking dumb, isn't he? Pretty stupid. So the value of the car under insurance is not even $4,000.
Yeah,
like that's the market value. And I'm like, this dude has no idea. He's telling me $4,000. So he had to go to this place.
Quick little story time.
I like stories about pinatas.
I did a trade in, and I had a little Renault Sport, little 4-cylinder turbo thing. Fucking went like
Megane, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. The RS one.
Great car.
Oh, it's a fucking weapon, this thing. And I traded that in, and it was in pretty good nick. I had 4 new wheels put on it because I hit a brick on the way to work one day that was in the middle of the road and fucked one of the rims. So it was in pretty good nick, but I had remorse when I traded in.
Yeah.
Because I did the research, and it looked to me like, the age of mine with the Ks compared to the other ones and stuff, I thought, okay, 10 grand's probably about right. I saw some for 12, I saw some for 8, so I said, I'll just call it 10 grand.
Yeah.
So I went in, he's like, how much do you want for it? First they took it for a spin up the road and said, yeah, everything's good, everything's great, works great, it's really nice, it's really good inside. I'm like, yep. He's like, it's been taken care of. And I said, yeah, mate, yeah. And he goes, how much do you want for it? And I said, oh, look, I've been doing my research. I think 10 grand would be fair. And he instantly went, yep, done. And I was like, fuck, I should ask for 12. Should ask for 12. But anyway.
I like stories about pinatas.
So get to the point where they look at me like, you're not going to get 4. And I'm like, no, I get it. Like, this guy's an idiot. No. And when he said 4,
he said 4, so you've got to honour that. Yeah. Fuck you.
He said ballpark. Because I'm like, all right, look, if I'm like, because my theory in my head, I'm like, well, this thing's already going to cost me $4,000 to get the tyres repaired and get it all regoed and stuff.
If they take it for nothing, I'm in front, really.
I'm already in front, right? So I'm like, look.
Everything else is just beer money.
Let me know what you're going to offer. And in my head, I'm like, if they give me a fucking $1,000 for this thing that doesn't have a working accelerator, fucking I'm taking it. Yeah. And they come back, they got the little computer and they plug it all in. They're like, oh, look, the best we can give you is like $1,000. I'm like, look, it's a little bit less than what I'd like, but fair enough. We'll take that. We'll take the $1,000. He's like, it's got no rego on it. Like, it's got 250,000. I'm like, no, mate, all right, we'll take the $1,000. That's all good.
Yeah.
So we locked that in.
So we got rid of the fucking dying shitbox.
We got rid of the shitbox.
You know, in a month from now, that same young guy who works there, some guy about your age with a family is going to walk in there and this guy's going to go up to him and go, mate, don't worry about that thing you're looking at. This thing over here, this fucking station wagon, it's just come in last month. It's got so much power, bro. It's got fucking so much
power, man.
Yeah.
V6,
and then the thing will be coughing and spluttering as the guy drives it off the lot the next day. You know, what the fuck is this? Mate, trust me, the mechanic said there's nothing wrong with it, all right? Bro?
Nothing wrong with it, mate. It's been tested.
It's a feature. It's a fuel-saving feature. The accelerator stops working.
Accelerator. It's economic right there.
That's it. Economy mode.
So at that point, I'm fucking in. I've signed the contract. Now, as I'm having a conversation with the salesman, like working out the numbers, he's like, oh, you know, so when was the last time you bought a car? And I'm like, oh, like 12 years ago. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, man, 12 years. And he goes, oh, okay. Why's that? And I'm like, mate, it's a depreciable. I'm going all accounting on him. And I'm like, mate, it's a depreciable asset. Like, why would I spend money on a thing that as soon as I drive it off lot, it's going to fucking go down $5,000. And then, you know, anything happens, it just keeps on going down. You drive those things till you get to a point where you're like, we're done now.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, okay. He goes, so you haven't bought a car in 12 years? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, okay, interesting. So in his head, he's sitting there going, well, there's no point upselling this dude. Like fucking,
no.
He literally has kept his car for 12 years.
Yeah, he's not buying it for like a fashion accessory like most people do. Yeah.
He's talking about depreciable assets here. He's got the conservatively priced car. Yeah. It's all happy days. So he's like, oh, mate, well, I'll go get Dave. He does the contracts. He'll be with you in a minute. I'm like, excellent. Fucking, I'm waiting on Dave. And suddenly I'm like, I have a little tap on the shoulder and it's like, oh, hey, how you doing? And it's a female voice. I'm like, well, this isn't fucking Dave.
Okay. Yeah, no.
And she's like, oh,
hello,
hey,
Dave.
how you doing? I'm like, hey, you're not a guy. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm just seeing if you're interested in like getting a tint or a bunch of.
So what? They sent out the girl to try and upsell you, thinking like a bit of pussy power or something. Greeno would get you over the line.
This lady, you could see the cringe in her voice because she's like, yeah, look, I kind of have to come over. Like, Sam's already pointed out, it's pretty obvious that you don't want any of this. But if I don't come over and say it, I get in trouble. So
this is the whole look. Would you like fries with that?
Exactly.
Training in the car yard. It's the same thing. Because when they say, "Would you like fries with that?" they all know that the person who made the order, if they wanted fries, they would fucking ask for it. You know,
that's the fucking fries, exactly.
You know, so do you want fries with that? They're forced to ask, and they don't really want to. They don't want to. Same thing.
And I appreciated her honesty. She's like, I know you're going to say no here because it's pretty obvious. You're talking depreciable assets. You are not fucking getting upsold on a tint job for a car that already has a fucking tint on it, by the way. And a bunch of other.
Yeah, but we're going to put on a better tint, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be a better tint, and we're going to put some hubcaps on it. It's going to be amazing. So I was like, no, mate. Like, thanks for coming over, Sue. Like, can we get to the contract guy? So get a contract guy.
No, I don't want to look at the dessert menu. I don't want to look at the wine list. I don't want a cup of coffee. Just bring over the bill. Let's get bring over the bill. Had my steak. I'm done. Let's go.
Yeah. So I get on the sign, happy days, call the wife, like, hey man, we just fucking bought a new car. Here's when we're going. She's like, when we pick it up? I'm like, Tuesday. So we got a couple of days.
Why does it take so long in between buying it and when you can have it? You know,
because I got personalized plates. I needed to hand in my old plates, get them held, then transfer plate. It was a bunch of like bullshit because I had personalized plates.
Right. Yeah.
So
I don't have personalized plates.
I'm going to give it a day or two and then I'll come back, sort out that bullshit and then come back.
Right.
So come back on that day. But as I'm leaving, I'm looking going, oh man, Petty's pretty low in the fucking trade-in.
Yeah.
And to the point where it had been dinged.
It may not make it to the car yard.
And I literally had to do the math in my head. I'm like, what is the dollar value? Because my wife still had to get to work the next day. We had to do school drop-off, pickup. I had to get back to the car yard. I'm like, what is the lowest possible dollar value of petrol I can put in this car that when I hand over the keys, it is fucking bone dry?
And that number was?
$9.
$9 of fuel.
So when I get back, the dude's like, here's your new car. We filled up the tank. We've detailed the car for you. And I've gone.
You don't try and start mine because you'll use whatever petrol's left just kicking it over. You're going to have to push it into the lot.
Here's the keys. It's got no. It's got no.
Nice,
Dirty.
Gary!
It's doing this shit, and I suck the water in. That's my water.
Do you like your novelty comedy songs organic? Handmade with painstaking care, put into every note? Well, look no further than Irrational Times. Using only the finest instruments to create an experience that your ears will thank you for later, Irrational Times attempts to elevate the whimsy to a desirable level. New songs and sketches every week, so check it out.
There's a place that we can go to watch old things. All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Campy old movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us boobies. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy.
Now with less than 3% sport content. It's the starting block on TAVshow.com.
Yes, welcome back to the block, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What a ripper. That story was. Suck the water out of the engine, out of the radiator too.
My water.
Yes.
Save every buck I can.
Fantastic. I actually, when I traded my car in, I think I left them with like a quarter of a tank or something. Yeah, it was
You're a
enough.
better dude than I am.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Clearly. Fantastic stuff, guys.
Nice, Gary!
Oh, so you're enjoying the new ride though? Everything's good?
Yeah, no, it's been good. The only thing, the thing I didn't think to check was the gadgets, right?
Yeah.
Because it turns out the screen, the monitor and shit, the touchscreen stuff,
CarPlay.
fucking broken.
Oh, is it
So,
really?
Yeah, so I'm like, why is this not working?
Hey, you don't need fucking gadgets. Imagine going in there now going, my gadgets aren't fucking working, you cunts. That's the most thing I care about.
Literally what I fucking did. Called them straight back up the next day. I'm like, hey, man. So look, fucking touch the touchscreen, can't get into the radio and shit because it's all touchscreen stuff. And they're like, oh, I said, do I speak to the sales team or do I speak to service now? Who do I speak to? And they're like, oh, you need to speak to service. I spoke to service. And I'm like, hey, this thing, bought this car yesterday, fucking the screen don't work. What's going? Need it
should have
fixed.
said, mate, that's the way you bought it. Fuck off.
No, they did, and which is fine, but it's under warranty. So I'm like,
right.
well, fucking I'm getting it fixed.
Yeah.
So like, oh, and the lady's like, yeah, it's a known issue for that particular car. And I'm like, well, why didn't you fucking tell me? They didn't tell me when I was buying the car.
Nice, Gary!
What are you talking about? The guy tried to tell you that car's shit. It's got no power, mate. He meant
No power.
He meant
Didn't tell me
screen
about the
power.
Broken
Obviously.
fucking touchscreen. But nonetheless, yeah, it turns out that it breaks on every single fucking Outlander.
Does it really? How's this
The
broken?
touchscreen.
How's this
So
fine?
the genius though of the internet.
Yeah.
So I said to the wife, like, I felt bad because I bought this fucking. I'm the one that test drove the cars and tested it all out. And I bring it home, and fucking the wife's like, "Why can't I turn the radio on?" I feel like such a dickhead, man. I feel like oh man, what I fucked up here. I didn't think to like test out the touchscreen.
You would,
Like I
though.
make sure the car's working.
Yeah.
I didn't think to fucking test out the touchscreen. And she's like, so then I googled it. And I realized if you put in, apparently, the touchscreen, you can do a workaround by like plugging a mouse into the USB port, and you can still do everything inside the touchscreen because it's the actual panel, not the system itself.
That can't be true.
It is, because I did it. So I put it in.
Oh my God. I'm going to plug a because I've got a touch screen mine. It's a different car. It's a different make, but I'm going to plug a mouse in it and see if it works.
Just plug a mouse and it works. So I put it in, and then we set up all our Bluetooth and everything. We're like, all right, sweet. It works for now, and we'll get it fixed in the background. So yeah, little mouse cheat.
Little life hack there.
But for some reason, now we've got a mouse in our car. I'm like, we look like fucking idiots. We literally got a USB mouse happening.
You can hack your phone. It's probably different for you Android people, but for us iPhone people, you can. This is obviously not recommended. Would void any warranty, etc., etc., etc. We're not encouraging people to do this. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. But you can actually jailbreak your phone and unlock all the features of it. And you can then, with the CarPlay, like with the screen, you could put YouTube on there and have it play YouTube videos and shit while you're driving around, watch movies on it and stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
If you felt so inclined, of course.
If you felt so inclined. Not recommended.
It's hands fucking free though, and it's a screen.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's even really much they can do because it's part of the car. It's a screen in the car. Like they can't arrest you for that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, hey mate, fuck, go talk to the car yard, bro. You know, like, it's not my fault. It's playing YouTube. I don't know how to turn it off. I'm a boomer. Sorry.
That's it. Yeah.
Just talk shit.
Blake told me. Blake told me he had good power. Yeah. Beautiful power in the car.
Yeah. I told you that story, didn't I? When I was driving a truck, I was doing the garbage, like in a semi-trailer though. So taking stuff from one kind of place to another place, basically, more or less.
This is the broken down in the tunnel story?
No, that's a different one. This one, at night time, when you're in that kind of high perspective in a truck, you can really see down into people's cars quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you're behind them, you can see like kind of right down into the back seat and stuff. And at night time, this is another little life hack for the kids out there if you're listening. If you want to like watch movies or YouTube and stuff while you're driving around, you can do it. And you can rest the phone up against like the dashboard of your car and put it where your speedo and stuff is. You might even use a little blue tack or something to keep it stuck there so it doesn't come off when you go over speed bumps and whatnot. If you are going to engage in that sort of behavior, a key thing to remember is at nighttime, if you don't turn the brightness down on your phone, it will light up like fucking Christmas in your car, right? It's really weird to see people with a blue glow on their face while they're driving around in the middle of the night, you know? So I'm behind this guy in traffic, and it's nighttime. It's about 8 o'clock at night. We're trying to get into Parramatta. There was something on at Para Stadium, so traffic was fucked. Coming down Woodville Road, and my attention is caught initially by the brightness of this light in this guy's car that I'm behind at this set of lights. I'm like, oh fuck! And once my eyes adjusted to the focus, I could see that he had a big iPhone and he just had it on the steering wheel, and it was just playing fucking hardcore porn.
Nice, Gary!
That's the story I was thinking you were telling. Yeah.
The one in the tunnel, the guy was actually jerking off while he was driving around in the tunnel, just sitting traffic. Yeah. No, this guy was just watching hardcore porn in traffic with it lighting up the whole car. You know, could not give a fuck. Like, that's Sydney for you. Right
nice
there,
Gary. Hold on.
Nice Gary.
Nice, Gary!
That's a little story time.
This dude that you got up on the screen though feels like the kind of dude he'd watch porn in a tunnel. I tell you that much. This one's solid. What have we got here?
I don't know. You sent this through, didn't you? This is a hero or douchebag. Hero or douchebag. Let's have a look.
I need you to be honest with me.
I am being honest with you, dude.
This is gonna go a lot easier if you're honest.
And I will, yeah, dude.
Yeah. What are you on right now, man?
Cloud nine. What? Cloud nine.
No, what are you on right now? You gotta be honest.
I'm on one, dude. You know.
Stop fucking around. What are you on right now, man?
TikTok. What? Instagram. All of them. I'm on all of them.
I'm not talking about your ads. Drugs.
Sure, if you got some. Yeah, I'm down. You guys partying?
Nice, Gary!
Clearly a hero. Clearly a hero.
Definitely a hero. Have you?
What are you on? The TikTok, Instagram? Yeah, man.
I'm on all of them. Greeno, have you ever heard of someone named James Freeman?
No.
Okay, I'm going to show you a clip. James Freeman. He built a YouTube following for a long time. Because what he does is he goes and asks cops the same questions that cops ask to people, right? So, just like, these are our rights, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to tell them everything. They have to have a reason to search. He does that, all that kind of stuff. So he tests that, in these little scenarios where he goes out and talks to cops.
Yeah.
And this clip is particularly good. I think you'll enjoy this, Greeno. So this is about asking cops and talking to them the same way that they talk to people. All right, look at this.
Somebody in particular, or
just me?
Watching you take pictures of our parking lot. What's this about?
Is that a problem?
Yeah, this is a police law enforcement parking lot. Yeah, it is a problem.
Oh. Who are you?
I'm Detective Mike Jardine.
Oh, yeah? What are you working on?
What are you working on?
What are you working on right now?
Several cases.
Okay.
What is this about?
Are you working on something right now?
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
All right, what are you working on? What are you working on?
It doesn't matter.
Look at the face of this guy.
I'm asking you, what are you doing here taking pictures?
It gets better.
Where have you been today? Have you been here all day, or have you been out and about a little bit?
What is this about? Who are you?
I'm asking the questions. Where have you been today? Have you been here?
I'm asking the questions. You're on this property. You're on this property, so you need to answer my questions.
Are you drunk? Why are you slurring your words today? So have you been here all day, or have you been out? Have you been to the bar today at all?
Who are you?
Have you been to the bar today?
Who are you?
I'm an investigator.
Investigator for who?
Investigative journalist. I investigate corrupt officials. So I'm wondering, where have you been today? Have you been here all day, or have you been out at the bar at all?
Working on a fraud case. That's
Okay.
where I've been.
Okay. Have you been to the bar at all today?
No.
Okay. You got any drugs on you? Have you used any drugs today?
What a ridiculous question.
That's not a ridiculous question. Do you know where he's been today?
I don't keep tabs on him.
Okay.
Out and about.
Do you know what time his shift started?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
look
Does
on
he
this-
usually drink on the job, or
Usually.
no? Not that anybody knows of for sure. Have you guys ever breathalyzed him
Fucking
while
hell.
he's been on the job?
The balls.
Would you
I know,
would you
right?
submit to a breathalyzer for
Balls
me
of
right
steel, man.
Would you We've got about 5 minutes to get out of here
Ooh.
right now.
now? Or what?
Or what? You're on
My
law
property.
enforcement. This isn't your
Yeah, it
property.
is. Shut the hell up. Get out of here now.
What'd you say?
I said shut up and get out
No,
of here.
you get out of here now.
Hey, you better get your boy. Get your butt back in your office and do
shut
your
up.
job.
You shut up and get
You
out
get
of
your
here.
butt back in your office and do your job.
No. No.
You quit drinking on the job. You understand me? You punk ass. You get your ass back in there. You don't look back here again. I'll be watching you.
That's gonna shit my
You are now
5-year-old.
under investigation.
Oh.
To be clear, it has not been proven that Detective Mike Jardine is or was drinking on the job.
That takes some guts. Well done.
Oh, so good, man. So he's got a lot of these kinds of videos out there. If you feel so inclined, he's always entertaining.
Very good.
But that's a good one, yeah. Have you been to the bar today? Have you been out and about today, sir? What are you working on?
Where have you been? Where have you been, sir?
Yeah, because
Any
that's
drugs
know,
today?
when they pull you over, like a random breath test or whatever. So where are you coming from? It's like, none of your fucking business. Really? You know?
Yeah. Done anything over here? What's going on?
Yeah.
Can we talk about the rotisserie chickens in the grocery store?
Yeah.
Is that one up there?
Yep.
Talk a little bit of this one, shall we? Because as a dude who used to
Exactly why I
work,
sent it.
work in a deli.
Yeah. I wanted to get your thoughts. This is why I sent it through.
100%. I saw this and I was like, well, hang on. Like, let's take we need to take a deep dive. One, because this is a food program now.
Obviously,
Two,
yeah.
and like I feel a bit wrong. We've gone an hour. I don't think we've talked about food once. A bit disappointing for the fans that have flocked to the Block podcast to hear the food talk.
The food fans, the foodies, Greeno. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is a lot of an opinion piece by the looks of it. We've all done it. Stop in the grocery store on the way home to pick up something quick for dinner. A lot of times something is a rotisserie chicken. It's a healthy choice, right? Now, it's generally...
not. I've never thought a rotisserie chicken is healthy, ever.
Never. Because you can see...
Covered in fat.
Covered in fat. Now, a quick little story time, if I can, sir.
Please.
I like stories about pinatas.
If you go to any supermarket that has a rotisserie chicken oven and go to the back dock, you know what you're going to see? There is going to be these big, massive metal tubes out there, right? And do you know what's in those tubes? It's where we pour the fat that seeps out of these chickens.
Nice.
And they come get collected by a waste disposal unit.
By the grease truck guys.
Yep. By the grease truck guys. And we fill it with all the fucking things at the end of the day in the deli. We fucking pour out all the fat. And it's like buckets and buckets at the end of the day that you pour out in there. Now, with that being said...
I'd like to pour it into a bath and just rub it all over my nipples. Yeah. It'd be amazing.
I've been talking about... there was this small little chicken shop that was at Melville Road. And it was only open... No, this is a different one. It was only open for like a year and a half. But they had the best fries ever, and for ages it took me a while. I'm like, why are these chips the most amazing chips I've ever eaten?
Oh, I know.
Turns out that they were deep frying the chips in chicken fat.
Hell yeah!
So everyone uses clean oils. No, literally the best potato chips I've ever had in my life.
Of course,
were deep fried in the chicken fat. People normally put in the waste bin. Yep. No. Like, fuck that. Why are we spending money on oil? We're just going to move that fat into the fryer and put our chips in it. It was the best chips ever you'll ever taste in your life.
Oh, I can imagine.
With that said, I've never once thought, to your point, hey, this is a healthy dinner alternative.
No, it can. It's probably healthier than getting like KFC or something.
Oh, 100%. Like it's going to be healthier than KFC, it's going to be healthier than Macca's, but...
And if you pull a bit of the breast meat out, if you skimp on the skin, I don't know why you would get a charcoal chook and then not eat the skin. That's ridiculous to me.
That's the whole point of it.
That's the whole fucking point. That's where all the herbs and spices and shit are. So get into it. But if you did it that way, if you got the barbecue chook, pulled the skin off, took a bit of breast meat, stuck it on a roll with some lettuce and cheese or whatever, then that's pretty healthy.
All right.
Yeah, it's okay. That's not too bad. But overall, of course, it's fucking, it's fatty chicken. It's covered in oil and shit. It's not going to be good for you. It's good. It's very nice, but it's not good for you.
No one's sitting there with the option of like, hey, I could go get myself, a couple of stalks of asparagus, bit of broccolini, or I could get a chicken and I'm going to put them in the same health scale. Any way, shape, or form.
Well, let me read this to you, Greeno, because I want to get your opinion as someone who has cooked probably, I'm going to put it up, I'm going to give you maybe, 500,000 chickens, thereabouts, in your life. How many would you do a day? Let's math this out. Imagine you're buying a second-hand car.
Yeah.
Let's get the numbers on this.
All right. Fucking let me pull up an Excel sheet.
Okay.
So,
calculator should be good enough.
So there was 8 chickens you'd put on a skewer, right?
Okay, but you have like 5 skewers or something going, don't you?
Let me finish. So we got eight per skewer, and then we had 8 skewers in the rotation.
Right.
All right. So that's like one roast. We're talking 64 chooks. I used to do that probably 8 times a day.
Wow.
All right. So we're doing 64 times 8. We're selling 512 chooks a day.
That's amazing. I would never have thought that. I guess I'm just an idiot customer who, when you come in and you see the chooks that are ready to go and cooked and the ones that are in the oven that will soon be in the shelf themselves, you just assume that that's all they've had all day. You don't think they're pushing them out all day.
Pump those bad boys out, man. Because think about it, like people come in on Sunday lunch, they're going to watch their kids play sport. Saturday, Sundays, we just fucking pump out chooks, man.
Really?
They're like, oh, we just get a chook and put on bread rolls, like you said, gravy, bit of salad.
Yep, done.
That was an easy alternative. So 512 chooks a day. I worked 5 days a week, which I didn't, but there or thereabouts. Yeah. So I'm going to do 512 times 5. So I'm talking 2,560 chooks a week. And then I worked in the deli for 10 years, so times that by 520 weeks. I sold 1 million. I cooked 1,331,200 chooks in my lifetime.
Oh, wow. So you are an expert. I'm going to put you at expert status for this next bit.
Yeah.
The article continues. It really depends on what is added to the bird before cooking. Nextstar's WATE, no idea what that is, recently brought 3 cooked chickens from different grocery stores to get a closer look at the ingredients and get some analysis from nutritionist Crystal Goodman. The first thing Goodman pointed out was the salt content, Greeno. So let's deep dive into this. These do have quite a bit of sodium, Goodman explained. That's the number one thing you want to look for on the label. On the label? Do you have labels on frozen chooks? On cooked chooks, I thought it just said barbecue chook, $4.99
It says barbecue
or something.
chook. Yeah. There's no ingredients, Not in Australia, anyway.
No. Salt is a mineral we all need, but in excess, it can cause problems for people with high blood pressure. I mean, no shit. Everyone knows that. It's a prominent ingredient in nearly every store-bought rotisserie chicken. Did you used to salt up the chicken, Greeno, before you...
No, we didn't need, because the beauty of the outside is the fact that they're already delicious. You don't want to salt it up, because you need it to be moist.
Okay, that's interesting. I wonder why they're putting salt on theirs, because that's news to me as well. Salt provides flavors, and it's also a critical component to the flavor of food products, said Dr. Rob Williams, head of University of Tennessee's Department of Food Science. It can also help somewhat with water holding capacity in the meat, so it actually helps them become more juicy. Maybe people are injecting a bit of a brine in there or something, Greeno, perhaps.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so... yeah, dehydrated garlic, sugar. Yeah, they're obviously seasoning fucking things. Red pepper, so that's chili flakes, dehydrated red bell pepper, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Parsley flakes, natural flavors. What is natural flavors? Come on, it's like fruits of the forest, isn't it?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? Natural flavors. Wood is a natural flavor. Cockroach is a natural flavor.
Natural flavor.
Rat shit is a natural flavor. And soybean oil, Greeno. It's very inflammatory to the whole body, honestly, your gut especially, but you want to look for things like olive oils, avocado oils, coconut oil. What kind of oil did you... No, you wouldn't put any oil. It's just the chook's natural fats.
Natural fats take care of everything. The fat is coming from the skin.
Well, I think we can put a line under this article and say, are rotisserie chickens good for you? Well, in Australia, compared to whatever the fuck you guys are doing over there.
Whatever the fuck you guys are doing there.
Yes, they are, obviously. Why are you putting so much... Look at this corn syrup...
Yeah, no one puts any of that shit.
Vinegar.
We literally get the chook, we put it in the rotisserie, and we fucking let it cook.
The fuck are you people doing? Why are you ruining chickens like this?
All the fat. Now, I just done a quick little search on Crystal Goodman, the nutritionist. Yeah. I just sent you a picture of Crystal, and I want you to... Can you put that picture up for me?
Yes, I can. Well, why? Okay. Oh, okay. That is actually surprising.
Okay,
I was expecting the opposite, honestly.
No. But let's have a look at this.
Yeah.
I want to discuss this photo if we can.
Yeah, let me just get the sizing correct, and then we'll move it over.
Move on over there. All right. So this is Crystal, and she's the nutritionist that's talking about how unhealthy rotisserie chickens are. Right. Now, don't get me wrong. Crystal herself, quite tidy, looking quite fit there. Seems like someone that you trust the opinion on from nutrition. Now, let's have a look inside Crystal's fridge.
Oh, dear.
There is not one bit of physical food in Crystal's fridge.
Nice.
There's a reason
everything's in containers. Look at it.
There's a reason Crystal is as slim as she is, because she consumes nothing but liquid by the looks of it. Yes, she's got nothing in the side fridge door other than liquids and sauces. Inside the main fridge. Oh, no,
to be fair, I'm going to give her...
I can see an egg there.
I can see a chutney. And I can see it looks like olives and pickle jars.
Yeah, that's sauces. That's sauces and condiments.
It's not. You said liquids or sauces. So I'm going to just say, well, those aren't really.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. I meant condiments as well.
Yes, a chutney. I think chutneys can be pretty hearty, Greeno, can't they? Good thick chutney. That's almost food. It's almost a meal.
I don't see any space in that fridge for a rotisserie chicken, though.
No,
I'll tell you that much.
I don't either. I do see some eggs, and it looks. Is that some kind of chicken in a packet? Down there, Greeno.
Potentially, that does look like a little bit of a chicken packet.
Sausage, perhaps.
That looks like a little bit of processed meat. I'm intrigued. Can we ask Crystal about what the salt content is of the packet of meat that she has in her fridge?
Fucking hypocrite bitch.
Yeah,
obviously.
There you go. What else? What's on the rundown there? No, we need to talk about the title of this particular show.
Yes.
Because
yes, we do.
All right, let's play the video and then we'll discuss.
All right.
Police are searching for the driver caught doing donuts, damaging. Police are searching for the driver caught doing donuts, damaging the Progressive Pride street mural. Just after 2:40.
Why does she say donuts so funny?
Donuts. Wait a minute, donuts.
She has never. Before this, story, she had no idea what a donut is. You know what I mean?
She's never had a donut. She's never said the word donut.
She's
confused
about. Yeah.
She's completely confused about the whole donuts situation.
Donuts, Greeno. I think.
Donuts.
Police are searching for the driver caught doing donuts.
Donuts.
Donuts. Is this Canada?
I'm now obsessed with this. I don't know.
Yeah, donuts.
Donuts.
Police are searching for the driver caught doing donuts, damaging the Progressive Pride street mural. Just after 2:40 Wednesday.
Let's go back again. Is she pronouncing it donuts?
Donuts, yeah.
It sounds like donuts.
Donuts, like as in, nets made out of dough.
Yeah, nets made out of the dough.
Donuts.
Police are searching for the driver caught doing donuts, damaging the Progressive Pride street mural. Just after 2:40 Wednesday morning, a vehicle is caught on a security camera doing donuts, damaging...
Donuts.
She's done it again. This is not a mistake. It wasn't a one-time mispronunciation.
Why can't she pronounce donuts?
Why can't... That's the real question for this story. This is not, disparaging of kind of equality or whatnot. Yeah. It's, why can't this lady say the word donuts correctly?
I'm surprised this bar leaves these umbrellas up all night. So this is 2 a.m. when this guy's doing donuts in the street. Look at him doing his donuts.
With the umbrellas.
Yeah. So, the umbrellas.
Umbrellas.
Just left out here. Like that wouldn't happen in Australia. Someone would come along with a hacksaw and knock them off. You'd see these if you had a drone. You'd fly it up and you'd see all of these bush light fucking umbrellas in people's backyards. Greeno.
Backyards, but they've also let the bar chairs out as well, just behind it. Yeah. Like those things would be stolen.
Yeah,
they'd be gone down our way. Those tables don't look locked down. Right. In Australia, those things would be gone.
Oh, we got a whole outdoor set. Yeah. Keep doing your donuts, mate.
That's it. The Bunnings ad is like, come down, get yourself a chair and a table and a bush light thing, all free of charge.
Beautiful. I love equality.
Get some donuts.
Yeah.
Wednesday morning, a vehicle is caught on a security camera doing donuts, damaging a Pride mural on Central Avenue in St. Petersburg.
Okay.
Tire marks still visible on the street.
I mean, it is a street, right?
Yeah. No.
If you're going to paint things on the road, if you're upset about tire marks on something you've painted, then why the fuck did you paint it on a road?
Now, if you painted the mural on a wall,
and he was able to get up there
and put some donuts on the wall, fucking fair enough.
You'd have a case, yeah.
You go, look, that's a bit disrespecting for fucking old mate to get up on the wall and do the donuts.
Yeah.
But he's doing the donuts on the road, man. Like,
you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if he was only doing the donuts on that particular part, because I guarantee you it's probably really slippery compared to the rest of the road.
Yeah, the paint is exactly. That's why we used to love doing our Doughies, the donuts. Sorry, and also what's the thing we used to just do we'd skid the tires.
Yeah, the handbrake,
burnout,
front wheel drive.
Yeah, handbrakies.
So you
did the brakies.
Did you ever do Macca's trays, Greeno?
I didn't do Macca's trays, no.
I did Macca's trays.
You got to fill me in on Macca's trays.
Oh, you never heard of this one? So
no, I haven't.
It only works in front-wheel drive cars. Do you remember that little turbo thing that I had? That that really fucking shit hot little thing. Oh yeah, that was good, that thing. And so we did it in that. So what you do, you steal 2 trays from McDonald's, obviously, and you find somewhere with a lot of space because you're going to need it, right? Mm-hmm. And what you do is you put the 2 trays in front of the 2 rear tires. You roll forward until the 2 rear tires are on the trays, and then you put the handbrake on.
Okay.
And then you drive around, because it's a front-wheel drive car, the handbrake's on the rear wheels. So they're just locked in place, and it's basically like driving on skis because the trays, they're so fucking slippery, and you're just like, you're spinning it out in front, and the arse of the car is just out of control. Like, you have no control over it really whatsoever. You're just dragging it around behind you.
Yeah.
And it only lasts a few minutes, and then the tires wear through the trays, and you come to a shuddering halt. Yeah. But definitely something worth doing if you're a 16, 17-year-old out there. I'm sorry.
Would you recommend doing it on a Pride mural?
No, because you wouldn't be leaving any of these great donuts around.
Oh,
evidence, Doesn't leave a mark, really.
It's a respectful way of doing the donuts,
correct,
perhaps.
Yeah.
When you make a tray underneath.
reaction is disappointment, not surprise.
Okay.
I think anytime we're in a situation where we have public displays of pride, our authentic selves, people are going to have a reaction to it.
Dr.
Okay. So.
Right. Let me pause for a quick moment there.
Yeah.
I don't even remember back when we were in school as kids. You know what we do? We'd paint like rainbows on like we played handball and shit on the concrete.
Yep.
And nothing to do with gay pride, just had to do with the fact that we got some
little kids,
colored chalk, and we're going to put some stuff on there. If they did donuts on that okay?
No, because you'd have to break into school grounds to do it. So
to do the donuts, fair call.
This is a public street, you know. This is
Heaven
a street
forbid
anyone
we do
can
our
drive
donuts.
down. Yeah.
Heaven forbid we do the donuts on a public street.
Collish is president of St. Pete Pride. He feels someone targeted the mural. He says the mural is visual representation that everyone is welcomed here.
It's colours on a road.
It's a bit of paint on the road. Now, question: did they ask permission to paint the colours on the road before they put the paint on the road?
Oh, this would have been a council-approved outreach program. You know?
I see this as graffiti, sir. I want to see council permits.
So
I feel the real outrage should be the fact that
they
someone painted on the road.
Yeah,
someone vandalized the street, not the donuts.
Yeah, the donuts. The guy, the car doing donuts is actually the only thing in this picture that's supposed to be there.
I feel like the dude doing the donuts is trying to get the color of the road back to road color.
To black.
He is doing a community service here, one donut at a time.
Yeah. Very efficiently, very efficient way of doing it.
The mural is really a public love letter to the residents of St. Pete.
How? How is it a love letter?
How is it a love letter?
What are you talking about, man? Come on. So silly.
You are making this shit up, dude.
Yeah.
Being able to collaborate with the city and other pride organizations.
Being able to collaborate with the city. You drew colourful lines on a road.
My kid does that in my backyard, in our patio. With chalk, I'm telling you.
And I don't even want him to.
Here,
it's very annoying.
Really feels like love and home.
St. Pete police say over the past week, 2 different vehicles have left tire
marks. It
marks.
makes it feel like love and home.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. I don't
know. I don't know. What suburb, what state? St. Petersburg. So if you're in the Tampa area.
Yeah.
Is every gay man and woman's house painted in the same colours as they put on the road to make it feel like home? I feel like they'd be more after a taupe or something.
If
like
you're
something that's a bit more.
Yeah, if you're in the St. Petersburg area, could you just do a quick experiment for us? Just walk across that mural and see if you enter a new state of relaxation or something, perhaps. And you're just like, I'm very comfortable here.
Yeah. I can't imagine someone walking into a Bunnings and looking at the Dulux color chart and going, I want the St. Petersburg Road for my home, please.
The flip
side
side
without the donuts, please. But
the flip side of this is, of course, do you feel uncomfortable if there isn't a rainbow painted somewhere? Because
does it not feel like home to you?
That sounds like a you problem at that point.
Definite you problem. Yeah.
Are we going to have to? Look. I'm willing to do it. Let's just paint all the roads in rainbow colors, like the whole road, and then nobody will be able to do any donuts. So we'll save money. We'll save lives on the road because everyone will have to drive respectfully.
Donut free.
Everyone will feel comfortable, like they're at home. It's wonderful.
Well, no, not everyone. Just the gay people.
Just the gay people. Well, who else matters, honestly? Let's be fair here.
On the mural, one where a driver accelerates.
It's not a mural.
A mural involves
some
creating
kind of
some
art.
actual kind of art, whacking a fucking bunch of colors on the road, and not even evenly. To be fair, it's such a. We'll get back to it when they do the donut picture or donut picture. My apologies.
Donut.
It's not even even. Like imagine.
No, it's not done
said,
well. No.
So if they changed like a zebra crossing and made it like rainbow colors, at least it's symmetrical. This shit's all over the shop. This is not a mural. This is not art. It's a bunch of paint on the fucking road.
Yeah. Like there's no art here.
Yeah. Here, no art.
Robbo?
Robbo?
No art.
No art.
Fucking mural.
On Friday, May 17th at around 9:30 in the morning, The second incident, that vehicle doing donuts. Officers do not believe the two cases are connected. Mayor Ken Welch posted on Instagram saying, in light of the recent vandalism targeting the Progressive Pride flag mural, there is no place for hate in St. Petersburg.
No place for hate.
Is the hate for the road or the Pride mural? Because I feel like we're being very selective with where we're drawing the line for the donuts.
Yeah.
Because if they do the donuts on a zebra crossing, are they anti-zebra? If they do it on a regular road, if they do it on over the 40 zone, on 40 sign, are they anti-40? Are they anti-number?
If he did the donuts 5 meters before the Pride mural, we'll go along with it. Okay.
Is that okay?
Mural. Is that fine? Yeah. Is that? No. That's dangerous driving. All right. So, but because he's 5 meters up the road on a part of the road that's painted a pretty color, it's now a hate crime as opposed to a misdemeanor.
I also would like to just quickly discuss donut logistics, right?
Please.
You know the best place to do a donut?
It's not discussed enough, honestly.
No. The best place to do a donut is on painted bits of road because the fucking road's slippery.
That's right.
And it fucking tags the wheel better.
Yeah.
So you leave more of an imprint on the donuts.
That's right.
When you do it on paint. So that's why you go to a car park where they used to have once again, we're not being discriminatory to disabled people here. If you had like a bunch of disabled car parks, you'd fucking do your wheel spins on that.
Do your linies up in there. Yeah.
You do your linies up there because it was slipperier because they had the blue disabled paint on it.
Very true.
That's like it's also a donut logistics thing that it's probably better off they did it on the Pride flag or the mural. My apologies.
And another thing, if I could briefly, Greeno, delve into the psychology of the donetter, the person doing the donuts.
Yeah.
I've never been a real kind of donut guy myself. It's not been my jam, but I've known a lot of donetters during my time here, and I can tell you that they're like serial killers in that they will always return to the scene of the crime to kind of boast about what they did.
Hey, check this out, bro. Check it out.
Exactly. So I guarantee you
donut.
the first thing that this guy did after he did his donuts on this flag would have been, hey, do you know that big flag down at that intersection of 4th and 10th or whatever? Yeah. Go and check it out. Go and have a look at what your boy did.
That's a very fucking good point, right?
Yeah.
So what this has done is, you're right.
You're promoting,
the donut lovers, like the people that do the donuts, love to talk about how they've done the donuts.
Yes.
You've just given the donut dude airtime.
That's right.
So you know what? You know what's going to happen now?
All
the donetters
headed down to this intersection.
Headed down this intersection, not because they have anything against Pride or whatnot, but like, hang on, we'll get a little bit of fucking donut.
I can get some sick flicks on that shit, mate. Fucking
I'm going to get some
TV.
I'm going to get some TV coverage for doing the donuts. Fucking count me in. I'll head down to the Pride flag. They'll be searching for Pride flags everywhere on the road. They'll be painting their own Pride flags to do donuts on them.
And the best part is they keep painting over it so it never rubbers up, Greeno. So it's always going to be nice and slippery,
It's loose, mate. It's loose. It's good.
Love it.
St. Pete police say the person responsible faces a criminal mischief felony charge since it will cost the city $1,100 to restore the mural in time for Pride Month.
It's a bit of pain.
Restore the mural in time for Pride Month, Greeno.
The mural's still intact. Last time I checked, it just got some donuts on top of it.
Yeah.
As a thank you to the city and being able to jump into action as quickly as they did.
Anyone with any information regarding the driver in the blue vehicle is asked to contact St. Pete Police.
Police. Fucking give me a break.
Nice,
just kids having fun, Greeno.
Now, question, Damo. Look, I feel you love the world of spin, all right?
Yeah.
You love it.
Yeah.
Let's say they found the dude who was doing the donuts on the mural.
Yes.
And they said, look, you're going in for criminal prosecution. Would you argue? Going, look, no, that wasn't. I wasn't vandalizing it. I was adding to the mural.
Yeah.
I was doing my artist interpretation of homosexual assholes on the mural. Representation while I was doing the donuts.
Trying to draw assholes, bro. That's all.
I was trying to do some rubber assholes. Pride flag, kind of like the Olympic rings, but with donuts instead.
It's a bit like, when you go to a Muslim country, you wear the headdress because you got to respect their rules in their country. Well, I'm in the gay guy's town. I just wanted to draw a couple of arseholes around the place. Let everyone know I'm on the level.
That's it. Like, if there was a way I could have like done the donuts in a rusty sheriff's badge, I would have. Like, it's fucking. It's how we do it.
Yeah. You been to the bar today, sir? What are you working on today? Huh? Where'd you come from? You been drinking today, sir?
That's fucking the donuts. We need to change the name of the show.
Donuts.
So,
No, that'll be next week's show. The donuts.
That's next week. Donuts for Diversity.
Yep.
Done.
Done.
There we go. We got anything else in the rundown we want to touch on? Or
We'll save it for. We'll save it for.
No,
next time.
we're going to go out on this one before we go. People who are obsessed with celebrities may be less intelligent.
Oh,
Studies, yes.
Yes. Who would have thought?
I would have thunk it.
Who would have thunk it? But we mentioned that last week, didn't we? That was basically, we had a whole segment about that. So it was nice to see it.
That's a new one.
Oh, no, but we discussed this independently.
Independently before it even got to that. Yeah, no, fair point.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Man deals with lady. That's not good. Oh no, we need to end. Actually, we got it on the back end of Doughies For Diversity. We need to talk about Mr. Holland's racist.
Oh, I dropped that one from the rundown because I couldn't find the actual video of him apparently saying the racist and sexist things, and that's real. I thought that link had the video in it. But instead, it was just a whole bunch of people saying that he said racist and sexist things, but I don't even still know what he actually said because I can't find it anywhere. So I tend to believe it probably wasn't that bad.
Right. Well, I'm going to make an assumption here, and it may be outrageous. I have a feeling Richard Dreyfuss was behind the vehicle that was doing the donuts.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Nice, Gary.
Winding the clock back, flicking, getting it fucking sideways.
Yeah,
old rich, tricky dick.
That's it.
Leaving some donuts. Fuck yeah.
What's I know you mentioned Mr. Holland's Opus there. Do you have a favourite Richard Dreyfuss film?
No.
Mine,
I can't think of any except Mr. Holland's Opus and Jaws. I think that's it.
And Jaws. One was What About Bob? You ever seen that movie? Bill Murray?
Yes, but that's a Bill Murray movie. It's not a Richard Dreyfuss.
It is, but
movie.
Richard Dreyfuss makes it like how frustrated and how angry he gets.
I suppose,
He's very fucking good in that movie.
It is a classic. I haven't seen that for a long time. So
it's a good flick.
Might be getting watched over the weekend, I think. Just to why not?
You reckon it's going to be on a streaming platform, or?
I reckon I can find one.
See if you can find it. If you can't, I've got the DVD.
I don't have a DVD player, so.
There you go. Just good then.
No, I'll find it. It's out. It'll be out there. Someone will have it. Yeah.
All right. We're switching to a fortnightly rotation on the program, which people are going, hey, that's more frequent than you do the shows currently. And I'm like, I agree. No. But as of this week, we're going to, for the next 12 weeks, we're going to be switching to a fortnightly rotation. So we won't be here next week. We'll be back in a fortnight. Fingers crossed.
Fortnight. We just like Dimitri, we just like saying fortnight. That's why we're doing
fortnight.
Yeah.
Fortnight.
We'll be back in fortnight.
But good reading the show. We'll leave it there. See you guys in a fortnight.
Bye-bye.
We'll always be bosom buddies, friends, sisters, and pals. We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you.
If I say that your tongue is vicious,
if I call you uncouth,
it's simply that.
Who else but a bosom buddy will sit down and tell you that